If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. Hey friends, good morning. Lorenda here. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to my craft room. So this morning we are going to talk about making this cute kids tumbler. So on this, we started with a stainless steel double wall tumbler that is in a small mini size for kids. And on this one, I did go ahead and paint the tumbler blue after I prepped it. So we're starting with a prepped blue painted tumbler. As you can see, I am trying to use the spinet on this. I usually can use the spinet okay for these smaller tumblers, but I kind of having a little bit of a tough time here. Normally the cloth inside helps keep it straight, but on this one I have to go without the cloth, and I do have a bit of the cup leaning down throughout the process, but it ends up working out okay. So we're back to working on our cup here, and we're going to do our light coat of epoxy on this because we are going to do the epoxy method of applying the glitter on this one. Again, it just happens to be the method I chose to use for this. You can apply your epoxy using any method that works for you. I prefer the tack it method is generally my preference, and then the epoxy method is my second preference. I usually do the epoxy method if I'm in a little bit more of a hurry to get the cup done. So you put on your epoxy. You want to do a very thin layer of epoxy because the more epoxy you use, the more glitter you're going to have to use. So also I wanted a silver rim on this one, so I did tape up the top of the cup. Well, I actually used one of those bands, they used to use them all the time, the like Live Strong and such like that, because that also doesn't stick. But anyways, if I don't use that, then I'll use electrical tape, which works perfectly great. So thin coat of epoxy, very thin coat. You don't want too much, otherwise you use a ton of glitter that you don't really need to use. And then make sure you put something underneath your cup to collect any glitter that falls off, because you don't want to waste your glitter. And then just apply your glitter as it goes around, making sure that you cover your entire cup. I love this glitter. This is a really pretty color. This particular glitter I got from AliExpress. Takes a while to get here. However, they do have really nice glitter at a really nice price. I did do a video on this glitter I got from AliExpress, and I think in the video I did show the order so you can see the company that I got it from. Now, one of the nice things with the spinet being so light and easy, this is one of the things that I do like about the spinet, is the fact that I can easily lift it up and put glitter on the bottom of my cup, because otherwise I really have a hard time getting glitter on the bottom of my cup. I know that people show that they put glitter on the bottom of their cup doing the epoxy method, but I've never really seen them show how they do it. And I can't get glitter on the bottom of my cup unless I lift it this way. So that's a challenge with the epoxy method. One of the reasons why it's not my favorite to do. So after your cup is completely covered in glitter, I like to use a baby wipe and go through and clean off the top when I am doing the epoxy method. Baby wipes are fantastic. I'm sorry, not the epoxy method. When I'm keeping the top of the cup with a stainless rim, use a baby wipe to clean everything off. It comes out really nice. So now we have our cup is all done. We have put an additional layer of epoxy over the glitter so that we have a nice smooth surface. And then I went in and I used my Cricut and printed out my decals. Now for the name on this one, I'm actually just hand placing them because I made the name a little bit bigger than I wanted to for the cup. So I'm just hand placing them. That way the spacing is a little bit less between them and I can make the name fit. And then I'm putting my little Hot Wheels cars on. Now I used transparent sticker paper for my Hot Wheels cars because I wanted it to kind of blend in and look like an outline on the cup, not really like stand out Hot Wheels cars. But you can do it either way. I could have used instead a printable vinyl because of all the colors in the Hot Wheels cars, or I could have like decreased my colors and used regular vinyl and put them on. But I thought the sticker paper would look kind of cool. I use my little cup holder here. It's just two pulled noodles that are attached together. And then when I use the sticker paper, I do like to use my little tool and make sure I burnish the edges down into the cup really, really well, because it makes it so that you can't really see that there's an edge from the sticker paper. All right, so this cup is done and ready to go. All right, so now we are going to put our last coat of epoxy. We're still going to do a nice thin coat of epoxy on this cup. You can do a second coat if you feel like you need to. I ended up only doing one coat on this one. And here's our finished cup.